I've always thought of myself as a pretty logical person. I don't scare easily. Horror movies don't faze me, and I've never believed in ghosts or the supernatural. But what happened to me recently has changed the way I think about fear and about my own home. It started off with little things. A mug would go missing from the kitchen, or I'd find the bathroom light on when I was sure I'd turned it off. I figured I was just being forgetful. I live alone in an old house, so it's easy to blame creaky floors and drafty windows for any weird noises or misplaced items. But then, the noises started getting more frequent and harder to ignore. At night, I'd hear what sounded like faint footsteps above my bedroom ceiling. Sometimes I'd catch a whiff of something odd, like stale food, but I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. I told myself it was probably mice in the attic, or maybe the house settling. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. After a few nights of restless sleep, I decided to check the attic. I grabbed a flashlight and climbed up, expecting to find maybe a squirrel's nest or some old insulation. But the attic was empty, at least as far as I could tell. No animals, no obvious signs of anything unusual. I felt a little silly for even worrying, but the feeling of being watched just wouldn't go away. It was like a constant itch at the back of my neck. So I did what any paranoid person would do. I bought a cheap motion sensor camera and set it up in the hallway outside my bedroom, pointing toward the attic hatch. I figured if there was anything weird going on, I'd catch it on camera and finally put my mind at ease. The next morning, I checked the footage, expecting to see nothing but empty hallway. But as I scrubbed through the video, my heart started pounding. Sometime around 2 a.m., the attic hatch slowly opened. A man, thin, dirty, and barefoot, lowered himself down into my hallway. He paused, listening, then crept into the kitchen. He moved with the confidence of someone who'd done this before. I froze. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Someone had been living in my attic, coming down at night, moving around my house while I slept just a few feet away. I called the police immediately, barely able to get the words out. When they arrived, they searched the attic again. This time, they found a makeshift bed, piles of food wrappers, a flashlight, and a notebook filled with strange scribbles. The man was gone, but the evidence was clear. He'd been up there for months, living above me, watching me, waiting for me to fall asleep before sneaking down. I still don't know how he got in, or how long he'd been watching me before I noticed. The police said it's not as uncommon as you'd think. Sometimes people looking for shelter find old houses with easy attic access and just move in. I changed all the locks, installed a full security system, and I haven't slept through the night since. Every creak, every shadow puts me on edge. I used to think my home was the safest place in the world. Now I'm not so sure. So if you ever hear strange noises at night, or feel like something isn't quite right, don't ignore it. Sometimes the scariest things aren't ghosts or monsters. Sometimes it's the things you can't see, hiding just above your head.